on the show. Living our psychiatric patients and how to handle women, especially the special gender. We said we should go to the streets, we should see the road, check about, because sometimes even when we are driving and you just come and see there is flood, there is, everywhere is jam-packed. You see, it can affect our mental health too, truly. Because when you stay too long in my children are still in school, before you know it, your mama behave back on back. Well, that's why we decided to bring in Engineer A.J. Engineer, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
How is the body? And how is the road? How is the streets?
One thing I've noticed of recent is that at least there are works going on, projects being embarked upon by the state government.
Okay.
Mostly some of the roundabouts, the one at First Bank has been removed and replaced with traffic lights, and then the one at
Nepal there is under construction now, presently.
It's ongoing.
Engineer Ejibune, we want to talk about flooding in AKURE, and at the end of the day we'll discover that the engineers, they have failure. But before I will do that, I want my brother also to welcome you on the show.
Welcome on the show, engineers. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Do you have any question for him? If I ask now? I should keep on going. Okay, Engineer Razak. The flooding, any little thing thrown in Akure, a small rain like this, there will flood. Especially, let me give you an example. Along Ilesha Road, Tabakoja filling station, come by to one big come by, because doesn't Tamoto by.
Okay.
Corvettes one big. But the thing is, you engineers, you've caused a lot of damage. Is it the engineers or the development or the society or the social? What actually is the problem of some roads that we have floods on?
Well, it's a very complex situation. When the government puts a facility, it is supposed to be used by the road users. In the course of time, what you don't expect begin to happen. How? When there is flood outside the city, where there is no road, or all these villages and all that, or anywhere there is no road and there is flood, tires will take all these mud. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And as they go into the city, they gradually drop all this mud on the road. If you look at Igoba and that Total, that road also is under construction. Anytime it rains, that portion that is still not constructed, you notice that vehicles passing will carry this mud. You will see that the mud moves as you are moving. You will see that the mud it goes through as far as those filling stations as you are going. Even when it does not rain, you just discover, I'm on asphalt road. More dust that you have to wind up. So you see now, the issue of desilting our drains, we've been campaigning on this for quite a time. And I noticed that the government is gradually tackling this area of ensuring that our roads are not, our drains are not blocked. For example, if you go to Alagbaka, that is the government area, you will notice that as you move towards the dome, they have desilted all the drains there. The chutes have been desilted. And in fact, the place now is being given a new facelift. There is a curb, there is a asphaltic paving going on.
Engineer.
Yeah, then you see other roads too. So I believe they are taking them in batches. Once they are through with that, they move inward into the city.
Engineer.
Yeah.
Some engineers constructed these roads.
You are very correct.
So does that mean that they do not have the foresight of knowing that a time is coming when the water that will be passing that drains will be more than what it should be? Or what is the maintenance culture that we need to do? Because before it will take the government to come back to this area I'm talking about, it will take a long time, and before you know it, the flood might have. So I think it's the failure of on the side of the engineers that is making this thing.
Thank you. Most times people point accuse as if the engineers are the problem of the society.
And you are?
No, we are not.
Okay.
We are not. I will tell you.
Explain.
I will tell you. In a particular period of time, every road has its lifetime, just as we human beings have lifetime. Because as we are growing, more people are coming in, the city is enlarging, and so on. And respectively, you see the traffic volume also increasing over time.
Don't you?
That is where I'm coming in.
Okay.
Everything works together. If you want to put something that will last for 100 years, the government have the capacity to do that amidst varying demands, health, agriculture, commerce. The budget on just putting a road that will last 100 years. What about other areas? Now, the engineer is there. Thank God in those days, they will just choose a commissioner to be, who is a lawyer or who is an accountant to be a commissioner for works. But the story now has changed. Thank God for the new government now. The new commissioner is an engineer. The PS is also an engineer. He is a career officer and has grown to that level. They are there to advise the government. And let me tell you, man, changes are coming in gradually. It's natural for we human beings. At first, I was actually criticizing this government. Yes, that Kini, what are they doing? It seems as if they are not, meeting the. But let me tell you, man, if you we know that the government is out, that is so bad, they are already there cutting all the potholes to fill those areas. You see, the problem we have mainly is that we don't have maintenance culture. That is the real problem. Because one thing is that even in your house, if you build your house and for years you don't repaint it, even you yourself will not even like the house. Why do we need to change our dress? It's because we are trying to maintain our body. Why do we rub cream?
Who needs to maintain? Is it the public, the front of my door? And should I be the one to go and start packing the drainage?
Responsibility of the government to do it. For example, the public, like if you talk of Obadeshi, is markets, business centers and all that. It is the government that will do all those disciplines because number one, it is too heavy for an individual to do such. So it is of everything in the government. It is supposed to be the local government that should be doing all this work.
Do we have local governments?
Actually, we have AKURE South local government. We have AKURE North local government. The government should saddle it. They also have departments meant for this. Even in the state ministry of works, there is the section there that is, for maintenance. But most of the time, the maintenance that is focused upon is mainly potholes areas, but most times the drains are most often overlooked. People just assume that, okay, when it rains, water will always wash all these things away. So you get what I'm saying? So I believe with what the government is doing now, and with what I saw in Alabaka, that government area, they are already at.
Taking from what you just said,
Yeah.
in construction, are there no provisions for maintenance? Or is it deliberately excluded from the contract bill?
You see, if you include maintenance, I made that contract an open-ended. That is, the contract has no terminal.
And it's a contract.
It's a contract. When you
terminate.
give a contract to somebody, there is commencement date and there is the completion date. His own is to provide that facility. Another is to have departments that regularly maintain these roads and maintain these drains.
And are we saying there are no departments in place to help maintain this
That is
infrastructure?
That is what I'm saying. For example, in Ministry of Works, they have maintenance.
Are they really maintaining the thing?
And the issue is, will they maintain if they are not empowered? You know, if you bring laborers out, you get what I'm saying? To come and you give them, let me tell you, in construction now, if you bring laborers out to come and desilt your drain, you have to pay them per meter from here to here. You get what I'm saying? Now, you can notice that most of these little sand on our road, there are women that have been saddled.
Yes, to sweep them.
Early in the morning, you see them sweeping. It is all these things they are sweeping gradually, because over time, if these things are left there, they find themselves as the wind from the tire blows these dust, it ends in those drains. And before you know it, the silt will begin to build up, and when it rains, you see that there is no way for the water to pass.
And in a region, we have problems. There is problem.
Of course.
What is the solution?
You see, the solution is the government should saddle the departments that are responsible for all these things, saddle them properly.
Please,
with
can you
funds.
start the solution with the engineers?
Okay.
Yes.
You see, with engineers, people talk about us most times. Somebody who is well read in engineering, you know. And somebody who is not well read, you know. From their presentation, from their composture. That is why we say, stop patronizing quacks. No government will employ an engineer that is not educated in that field, that is not registered with the various bodies like Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers, and even AKURE. AKURE is the regulatory body. No government will employ anyhow person. That one is out. But the issue is, this department should be saddled with that, the department responsible will be saddled with the responsibility of not only patching the roads with asphalt, but also to look into drains, cut the grasses, and then desilt those drains. Okay. Which I say, as I speak, if you drive through that roundabout at Oda, that government roundabout, this goes to Oda, this one goes to Nepa, and this other one goes to Ibato. If you look at that Ibato route, you see that they are desilting those drains and making those things good now. So I believe the government is taking all these, they can't tackle the whole thing at once. They have to start from somewhere. And that is why the society should be patient with the government. Because one, we are lucky now with the present government because they have the right people at the right place now. It is one thing for an engineer to be advising a commissioner that is not an engineer. It is another thing for him to have the feel of what his subordinates is telling him and take action. But as it is now, the commissioner is an engineer, the permanent secretary in the works department is an engineer. So they are there at least to make sure that the government does not fail.
ẹni ẹ vision ni tí a wá wò dáadáa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
A rí i pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tó kọ́ máa kígbe ni pé ẹ má da títí ẹ má da kinní sójú títí o ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ń dí kinní kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ń ṣe ohun àwọn èèyàn ò da nǹkan sójú títí o àmọ́ nǹkan ń da rẹ̀ sójú títí kí la fẹ́ wá ṣe torí solution gangan ni ká wá bàbá ṣe bẹ́ràn wí bóyá ká bẹ́ràn wí bí ìjọba náà bá ṣe ń ṣe tiwọn ìjọba míì wọ́n á dẹ̀ la àwọn nìkan wọ́n á ní àwọn máa ṣe ẹnu wa máa ṣe yìí náà ni láì ṣe kúrò ojú ọ̀nà kò ti yé yín ẹ bá wa sọ sí i.
Sherry, in making the society
ṣé ẹ lè sọ Yorùbá.
tá a bá fẹ́ kí àwùjọ wa kó tòrò gbogbo wa la gbọ́dọ̀ dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kì í ṣe gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì.
yóò ṣe ẹnjìníà bàbá yìí.
kì í ṣe gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan. For example, ọ̀nà tó gba wájú lé mi sìn kí n máa dúró de gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì kó wá bá mi ṣe.
àwọn kan gan kọ́lé wọn gbẹ́ gọ́tà síwájú ilé wọn.
You are very correct. These are some of the things the government should look into. You know, in those days, you know, before the government tó ráàyè máa wọ inú lọ sọ pé kò sọ́nà tí wọ́n máa ṣe báyìí tí drain ò ní sí bẹ̀ tó wọ́n bá fi drain sí gan there will be disaster. bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí there are some roads tó bá ti ń wọ inú lọ wọ̀nyẹn ṣe understand níbo kò síbi tí wọ́n gbé ọ̀nà dé ìsìn tí wọ́n fi drain sí. For example, ní Ìgòbà báyìí I live in Ìgòbà estate tẹ bá rọ́nà tó ń ṣe sílẹ̀ báyìí drain ni wọ́n wọ́kọ́ tackle kan tó gbé ọ̀nà sílẹ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá rí the issue of wípé priorities. For example, ní ọ̀nà yẹn sì báyìí there is a section there tí wọ́n ti cut dúró the asphalt.
láti joy.
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
láti joy.
So at least we are hopeful that very soon wọ́n wá fill up ibẹ̀ yẹn. In fact, tẹ́ bá lọ gbogbo ọ̀dá yẹn there are so many places ibẹ̀ tó ti cut asphalt wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ṣe gbogbo distilling wọn then you go drive níbẹ̀ you will be happy that you have used that road. So gbogbo kìíní wọ̀nyẹn I believe from what I see they are taking all these things bit by bit and I know and at the end of the day you will see us all of us smiling. Yes, I believe so much strongly now in what they are doing.
Ká tó smiling yẹn kó má dé wípé omi ó ti
becomes
gbé
a
wa
disaster.
lọ tán kí ló wá yẹ ká ṣe o gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àwa báyìí bẹ́ẹ̀ni tá a bá ti ká má máa da àwọn òkè nǹkan sí inú drain wa sínú gọ́tà ṣèbí gọ́tà ọmọ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ni ká má máa da àwọn oríṣiríṣi pàǹtí àwọn ẹlòmíì believe wọn ní pé àná wọ́n ti rí pé òjò ti ṣú gbogbo àwọn compound wọn àti ewéwò àti kinní o wá dà sí inú gọ́tà ibi tó ń kó kinní wọ̀nyẹn lọ ṣe àwọn pé ẹlòmíì lè dá nǹkan míì sínú gọ́tà ní Ìgòbà estate báyìí ibi tó ti máa dáhùn ní Alágbàká ibi àwọn fìwàṣayé yẹn torí gbogbo drain yẹn ló collect gbogbo all these things ibẹ̀ yẹn ló ti máa dáhùn ìgbà míì tẹ́ bá dúró níbẹ̀ báyìí máa ráwọn pàǹtí ní oríṣiríṣi ìgò rubber plastic bottle nǹkan ó máa kún bẹ̀ gbogbo ilé tó ti harvest on its way from various you understand?
Engineer.
So then at times no, the government should take the action in dredging some of these drains tó tóbi yẹn tó bá gbé dredge àwọn wọ́n lè dredge gbogbo ẹ̀ so that omi yẹn ara yìí máa rọ́nà lọ.
ilé ìtàn ti ṣe tó jẹ́ pé kéré wọ̀nyí.
kún expand for example tẹ́ bá ń lọ ní Òkè Ìjẹ̀bú nsìn tẹ́ bá ti kúrò ní Edo Lodge ẹ máa rí big gutter kan ìgbà gbogbo wọn máa ń gbé dredging machine wá síbẹ̀ torí ibẹ̀ yẹn is one of the major drains tó ń drain gbogbo ohun tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bí Ministry of Works títí wá sí ibẹ̀ yẹn tó ti kọjá gbogbo àwọn ọjà kéékèèké wọ̀nyẹn.
ó dà engineer ó dàbẹ̀ pé Túnjí ní question kan tó fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yìí.
Engineer, observing this menace of infrastructural decay, it always starts small and gradually then become a major issue.
You are very correct.
Do you, as the chairman, of the Institute of Civil Engineers make regular inspection and make recommendations to the government?
Yes, we do. For example, we as Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers, we are a division under Nigerian Society of Engineers. Any observation we see, we take it to Nigerian Society of Engineers because they are our umbrella body. And then from there, we write a position paper to the government that these are our observations. If the government will look at it.
Now, brings me to another question.
Yes.
After making this recommendation to the government, how responsive are they to these recommendations you made?
And they always be responding quickly, or they will just drag it the way Tunji is dragging that question. You know, understand? Are they responsive?
That is what I said initially. When you have a square peg on a round hole, when, for example, a PS is the most senior person in a Ministry of Works,
yes.
When he goes to somebody who is not an engineer as his Oga, Commissioner of Works, sir, these are issues. Oh, the man may not really see the effect and the damage of what he is telling his Oga. But when the Commissioner of Works is an engineer, you see that what his subordinate is bringing to him, he sees it also, and they take action. His own is to take the matter to the governor and say, sir, if we don't take this action now, it will spell disaster. And to me, I'm beginning to see changes because I am observant. Each time I drive on the road, I watch what I see, and it goes there to my record. So when the time is there to bring what I have seen out, I bring it out.
You bring it out.
Yes.
Okay, dear viewers, wherever you are watching this program, we are talking about engineers as the people that are, you know, I don't want to say it that way because Mr. Bijuni has always said that most of the time we want to say that the engineers are at fault, or is it the society, or is it the way we are growing, and we are trying to marshal out those things to know that we need maintenance culture. Now, how can we build on our maintenance culture before we allow you to go on the show this morning, sir?
The government must deploy, you know, machines that can do all these things easily. You know, like not using manual approach to all these things. For the bigger drains that carries most of the runoff in the city, you see most of the time they deploy these dredgers there, a dredging machine to dredge them and widen the river courses. And then for all these small drains, well, there are new innovations now. There are machines that you just place it, somebody is driving, it moves in, pack these things and put it at the back, and before you know it, will have covered long distance. You know, instead of maybe using manual approach at times. So that is one thing I would advise. If they can get, if you go to Lagos, there are a lot of things you see there that in fact will fascinate you. And when I traveled to Kano too, what I saw there, I'm beginning to see it here.
You said something earlier there that we should stop following quack engineers.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you people gave them certificate that this one is an engineer. So
No.
how we go come take no quack engineer?
Okay. If you want to do any engineering work, call us. We have
Who be us?
either Nigerian Society of Engineers or Nigeria Institution of Civil Engineers. For example, we have archive of civil engineers in the state. Those who are registered, those who are not registered, those who are qualified. Are you getting what I'm saying? If we don't find your name on the list, it means you are a quack. Then also, quackery also is when you find a professional doing what is not his own field.
Pretending to be a professional.
Pretending to be a professional. For example, if you want to award contract to somebody to come and maintain your road, and you give it to an architect, or you give it to a builder.
He's an engineer too now.
He's not. Engineers are engineers. Architects are architects. Builders are builders. For example, builders are even closer to engineers
than architects.
Yes, but the architect is only for buildings, draw the buildings. And even they themselves too, they work on the external aspect of your house.
Okay.
How you can, you know. But if you want to give these works and still protect that facility, look for an engineer. Now, the way you recognize a quack, somebody doesn't have certificates and he doesn't have number.
He has experience.
I'm coming. If you engage somebody and say, come and do this thing for me, and he says he's an engineer, just ask him, please, what is your number? Or just collect his name. Call us. Please, this name, do you have him on your list of engineers?
Because I want build house to make it not be saying.
Within 30 minutes, they will send the reply to you. We don't know this person.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Because everybody has a number. And that number, the use of it is that if you handle any project, the only way that that project is traceable to you is through your number. Yes.
Hey.
Once they just mention that number, your name will appear.
Okay. Last time I asked you about disposal of our refuse, and I think you want to ask that question.
It seems one of the major causes
of
is the people's attitude towards waste disposal.
Very, very correct.
Do you think the government should do more in waste management and enforcement?
Yes. In that area of enforcement, the government should hammer on it. For example, along that Obadeshida road, government also even had this waste management department. Their own is to come out and take all those refuse, all these dirty around the markets and beyond it. In doing this, they are to buy diesel into those vehicles. They are to do all manner of things, maintain those vehicles. So there should be some little levies on those people throwing these things. For example, if you have your refuse, bring it to the road. By the time they come to you, they should have a paper having the list of all these people who use those areas.
And you know,
and they just pay some little things.
Most of you
see, most of the time, the issue of the government, before they can work, they need money. Apart from the allocation from the federal government, there is something we call IGR. That is internally generated revenue. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
All these things also go a long way. If all these funds are properly appropriated, you will see the result. Okay, for example, asphalt that is being laid all over the place now. Go and price how much a ton of asphalt is. And you see all those places are looking very neat. Then you will know the consciousness that you are in the city. When I went to Kanoma, what I saw almost made me to shed tears.
Come AKURE.
No, that is why when you travel, you are on learning spree.
Yeah, we just what you just said now. We all travel from outside country, this country. We see the way they dispose their refuse and other things. Do you think we can get to that stage? You know, you said something. Bring your refuse to the road. Before you know it, some of the refuse will drop on the road. At the end of the day, there will be rain. It will take it back to the drain and other things. And I did not dispose my refuse in the drain, but some of my refuse decided to dispose itself in the drain. You understand? So do you think we can get to that stage of you drop paper somewhere, you drop the dirty one somewhere, and they will come at the appropriate time to pick them?
You see, we are getting there gradually. You know, around this part, we can say we are not yet there. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
In Japan, on that road you see, Obadeshida road, if there is any vehicle that is causing obstruction, because they have a lot of
CCTV camera.
Yes, that covers. Before you know it, they have deployed a helicopter with a heavy magnet. It will just come down and pick up that car with you now, and they just go and dump it where they feel it should be. So I believe gradually we are getting there, but we can't get there at once. If we have successive governments who have the mind
So since
to really develop. You see, I see one thing in the new governor now.
yeah.
You see, everyone who comes wants to do new things, abandoning old things. If we have to discuss that one, in fact,
that would be another day.
Another day.
Okay, Tunji, please quickly just ask your question before
So,
we go on the show this morning.
Engineer Osrc, sometimes most people blame the engineers for infrastructural failures. Will it be too much if your society or institution make public enlightenment a weekly priority on TV or radio?
Well, it's good.
It's good, but you don't have money. That's what you will say now. Engineers won't low worry. I will be banker. Low. You don't have money, but you want us to do something. So what do you think?
It's a very good idea. You see, where people, the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
So what have you been doing?
You see, you see, for me to drive here this morning now, you know how much it costs.
If we ask you to pay for this show you are talking on now, you know what it will take.
Exactly. Then you see, it's a collaboration. If you collaborate with us, I'm ready. I have people in the house, so it has to be 50-50. If you bring me ahead, we share the burden. I get what I'm saying. But if you are waiting for her, okay, it is very cool. For example, if you have to charge us for coming on the show this morning, you can imagine the humongous something you say we should pay.
But will you make it a point of duty to at least go, if it is to go to the marketplace, churches, to propagate this gospel of
you see, presenter, what I want to suggest is, if we go out like this program, if there is a way it can be repackaged in a way that when we are talking, we can flip back to some short clips, videos that are recorded around town and see activities of what is going on there. It will better enlighten those people. They can see it raw as it is going on. Even the issue of what we are saying about what is going on in Alagbaka. Some people may not pass that side for months, but by the time they sit down before their TV and they see those things going on there, they might advise again. Those people who are involved in construction, they should tidy up the road also. Because in the course of construction, they can put debris inside those drains. Two. And then before you know it, oversight, they will leave it and go. So all our supervising engineers should make sure they look at all this and make sure what they are leaving there is a neat road. Neat asphaltic road, neat drains, neat chutes, and all that.
Thank you very much, Engineer. Wow. But I also want to suggest to you, when you go back to your society, tell them that maybe you should have a timetable
featuring at least, even if it's once in a month.
Once in a month on television show. Apart from that, maybe if you have time, send people out to the market, to the church. Even if I know there are pastors among you, let them preach the gospel of how our society is going to be good. Not just saying, I am an engineer, I know what to do and other things. You cannot do it alone. We need to do it together.
I'm happy. Most people are listening now. So we need you to support us.
Thank you.
Drop money in our account.
Okay.
So that
this is how far we can go. Thank you very much today for coming on the show. Dear viewers, wherever you are watching us, it's Miss Grill. I know you must have gained something special today. Oh yeah, before we go, Ashogmo, you're parting well, you're signing off show.
Thank you for being a part of today's show. I'm very sure you picked one or two things. You know your contributions, you know what you should do, and you know the role of the government already. Ensure you play your role while the government plays theirs too. My name is Osrc.
Thank you very much. This is how far we can go today on the show. Thank you for being part of this show. Next week, by the grace of God, we'll be coming back again. A very big thank you to our producer, Femi Ayekomilogbo. Thank you, sir. On the next week, when we shall be coming again. My name is Chioma Ogungbero, saying you have a nice time. Take good care of yourself. Bye.